Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm on my way to Lowe's Garden Center, and I'm going to try to find some various plants and get some miracle grow, and I'm going to start planting a bunch more. I've already done that so far this year, and I know it's late. Today's 1st of July, so yeah, it's got a little bit late, but hey, these seasons as they've been lately, never know what to think. But anyway, I want to buy some various things. I've got a list, and I know I mentioned before in the past that I have been feeding the wildlife that comes up in our backyard. Mainly it was squirrels and birds and rabbit. We had two, but one saw me, and it was running really fast, or hopping really fast, I guess. And it saw me, and it just, did the whole, just fawn, I think. It did the flight thing. Never seen it again. But the other one, it stays there. It comes around every night, and right before, right at dusk. And once it's food, so then it goes back to its own home, wherever that is. But we had to stop feeding the rest of them because, the possum didn't bother me at all. That there were two of them. No, we started getting worse. Yeah. And I kind of predicted that would happen, and it did. So, but it took months before we had the kind that you just don't want. So I'm going to go try to find some stuff to repel them. I should say more. I've been planting things like lavender. Yeah, that's the big one. And I got some seeds, and they just didn't grow. I got plants, and then I got also seeds. Plants are doing fine, but the seeds are not. So I had a bunch of seeds for other things that were suggested, and I'm like, should I do it? Some of them I got off of Amazon, but some I got it, like going to a garden center nursery. So we'll see. Anyway, where was I? But I'm going to go there. Decided to stop and get me a burger. Last month, June, all of June, I did this no bakery item thing. Like bread, toast, and bread, tortillas, anything you find in like a huge bakery, anything. I usually don't eat the rest of the stuff, but anyway, it did really great. But I gave myself one day of each week to eat like bread or toast. I've heard toast wasn't as bad for diabetics, so. And then this month, it's anything that comes in a bag. Okay, besides like a burger. But I'm still going to keep the old one with this new one. So once a week, that kind of thing. Now, I've been on YouTube for what? Like I said before, August will be 5 years. That's making videos on my original channel. And one of the things I do remember is that summers, forget it. There's not that many views. I remember actually saying one year that that's when everybody just watches the bigger channels. They don't watch the small ones. Yeah. So, and I was thinking, like I've been talking about doing a variety or doing something that is not so heavy, something light. And I think I need to pick a day of the week and, one day or maybe 2 days, but mainly say at least one day, me. But to do something light. And I think this will be one of them, going to Lowe's Garden Center. Stopping at Sonic to have a burger. Woo! Real exciting, but at least it's not about a bad topic, right? Let's hope not. Let's hope nothing bad happens. Remember, I put some garden center photos or whatever it was, video clips, on one particular channel, and I think I'm going to upload this one to that one too. And I've got some that show the remodeling work we've done to our patio area, and as it progressed, they haven't finished it, and that was going on, I think, all of June, or a large part of June. Today's July 1st, like I said. So it still isn't completed. They still have a lot to do to it. Adam calls it a deck, but there's going to be a part the floor, you know, it's going to be the deck to the upstairs. And they got to put in a sliding glass door, take out the windows and put a sliding glass door up there, which I really don't know why he's doing that, because we're never up there. Yeah. Nobody's up there in that room, hardly ever. So, anyway, I'm going to go do the nose. So stay in your lane, bro thing. I don't care what he does with it. Really, I don't. But as long as he doesn't care what I do with the garden in the yard, I've decided that this morning. I'm going to take over doing garden in the yard. I used to do it myself, not the mowing. We have somebody that mows, and he has somebody that's supposed to be there today. Yeah, right. Don't believe them whenever they say they're going to be there on a certain day. They're supposed to cut some trees, because the deck to the top floor, it's going to be too low. There's a tree that's going to hang if we don't get that one done. Cut quite a bit again. This will be the second time we've had it cut. At least, no, we've had it cut more than that, but recently, this year. So, yeah, I'm just kind of rambling about all this, but yeah, it's a lot of work. We had a new roof and all the painting. It's a brick house, but it does have parts that have to be painted. And what do they call those? The drainage thing for the runoff from the roof when it rains, whatever. But all that kind of stuff done, and now we're just still waiting on this and the tree cutter guy. And I guess this is where I turn. Yeah, it is. And yeah, it's a lot to get done. Okay, what I came for, they can't find. So they must be out of them. Okay. It's a pretty big place. There. Okay, yes, it is pretty big. But the main things I wanted, they only had one of that. And that's it. So, that's it. I had a whole list. Okay, I didn't get much as far as video while in there. I was asking people, and they were having me go all over the place trying to find just some things. I did mention that in that little clip. I don't know what order I'll put them in, but that all these things that I went in there for a list, and found one. And what there was on my list was another one, garlic, but I don't know if that's the garlic that it meant. But oh my goodness, my feet hurt. Now I guess I'll try to go to a different one in Walmart, maybe. Not the one across from here. That one, I didn't like it, but we'll see. Okay, but I was pretty surprised that they didn't have lemongrass. Okay, what was the other one? The peppermint is the only one that had one. And let me see what else I had on my list. A hyacinth. The guy didn't even know what that was, and I don't really know what all these look like, that would look like as they're growing. And because I've never bought any of these. Onions, I didn't even look for that. Daffodil, didn't even look for that. I've got some marigolds. The others were the peppermint, garlic, and I wound up getting garlic and lemongrass. So, yeah, it's kind of a downer when you go somewhere, go through all the effort, and they don't have what you need. It's probably going to be better if I go home and unload these, because between the peppermint and the garlic, oh my goodness, and it's summertime here in Texas. My windows aren't rolled down, my air conditioner's on. So yeah, with me with allergies too, but mine are, I'm guessing, to pollen. Seriously, I get out there and I'm coughing and sneezing and having a good old time with it. But I've had gardens and had no problem with them, but mine were mainly vegetable gardens. And I've never did a potted garden. So we got lemon trees, we have lavender, marigolds. Let's see, what else? And there are two plants that he picked out. I don't know what they are. Orange little bitty flowers that, they get, by the end of the day, by the middle of the day, they're already drooping. And there's some we got the little roses. That's what they're called, little roses. And let's see, what else? I don't know. Oh, and 2 tomato plants. The 2 pepper plants did not survive. Don't know why. Oh yeah, we had a really bad storm, and that's the storm that knocked everything off of the patio, and 2 of the patios. 2 of the patio chairs went up flying. Seriously, they went flying, and yeah, that's the kind of weather we have sometimes. Anyway, there goes my new car smell. The SUV. Wow, that's a bad accident. So, but yeah, there it goes. Now it's going to smell like mainly the garlic. That's what it's mainly going to smell like, which is fine, you know, but a little bit too much of it right now. So, anyway, I think I'll continue doing that garden updates and patio garden, even though it's late in the season. And mine is mainly right now getting stuff planted for next year. So just getting things planted that hopefully I can actually plant in the ground next year once the patio's finished, and I know how we're going to have things around it. And yeah, I also want to do, make it a little bit like a jungle, just a little around it, and in the front yard too. We have this area that when everybody moved in their homes like 20 years ago, all the front yard trees were different ones were already planted. Okay, we bought our house new, nobody's lived in it, and there was a tree. They planted them all in the shrubs. Adam wants to get rid of the shrubs, and that tree, it's grown, of course, in almost 20 years, and no matter how much you trim it, underneath them grass won't grow, and because there's too much shade. And so we've made a little bitty, I don't know what you would call it, some kind of design. There's no certain shape that you would know what to call it. It kind of in a way looks like a vase. And we've had that, what is it called, mulch, black mulch. I want to remove that and put those little bitty stones. What are they called? You can water them, and that keeps whatever's in there watered. But I don't think it lets the grass grow, and that's the problem. We have little bitty weeds, is basically. Well, grass is a weed too, right? But other kind of weeds that'll pop up, but not grass. Still, okay, I'm really rambling in this one about my garden, but I probably will more. Every once in a while, it's good to do videos other than my other ones. Which one of them's mainly about shopping, but it's more like shopping and what would you do's, and then the one about narcissism and toxic people, basically. So it's good to have one at least. And I had tried 2 other ones, by the way. Yeah, I like the way that they do their analytics is different than these older ones. Really different. I think that garlic's starting to get to me. But they do the analytics so different, and it's much better, but at the same time there's hardly any progress. I haven't used them much, but it's like one of them will not. I think it's got 12 subscribers, and it's a little over a year old. I don't use it very often. I just put basically stuff I didn't care for on it, or just some different topics to see what people like and stuff, that I'm interested in, but and maybe other people like, but it just has no growth. It's been like that since probably starting in the beginning. So, I'm all talking about growth, and I'm serious. That garlic is, whoa. What'd you expect, right? Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up, and at some point, either in the video or after this video, I'll put the little clips I got while it's there. Okay, talk to y'all later.